title of this chapter is When Wrong, Admit It. It may seem simple or even obvious, but all of us have had experiences with someone close to us who will never admit they're wrong about anything.
It's a relationship killer because it elevates the one at fault and undervalues the one who needs to have hope of a steady progress as a couple.
I'll admit it, Judy, it's hard for me to own up to things that I'm wrong about. It's hard.
I think we'll all be able to see ourselves in this to some degree.
Now, some people just can't. We've all had experiences with someone who just can't admit they're wrong. And if I admit it also, I find it difficult to admit when I'm wrong. So we're going to explore this subject because it really can be a marriage killer if there's one person or both that cannot admit when they're wrong. And I'll never forget once when I was in the classroom teaching maths, and there was this one of the students that was kicking off, making trouble, and I was writing on the whiteboard. I turned around quickly and he'd flipped me a bird. So I sent him to the headmaster. You don't do that to a teacher. You got to have discipline, etc., etc. He adamantly refused to admit that he'd flipped me off, even when his mates went to the headmaster and said, "Look, yeah, he did." I mean, we can't deny it. So we're going to explore this subject of when you're wrong, admit it, in this chapter.
Yes, I had another experience which was similar. I was parked in a residential area in Sherborne, and a group of children came out with a football and were kicking it around on the road, and I could see that football had the potential of doing some damage. So I got out of the car and I said to them, "Please be careful with your football, do not hit my car with it." Well, sure enough, within a few minutes the ball came across and thumped my car. And I got out of the car and confronted them, and I said, "Listen, I asked you not to do that. So please can you be careful?" And one of the little boys just stood right in front of me, faced me down and said, "I never did that. I never touched your car." And I said, "I'm sorry, but you did. And the fact that your football is now underneath my car is proof that you did." No, he was not going to admit it no matter what. And eventually he had to go away without his football because he would not admit that he was wrong. Why? I have no idea. Anyway, that's my story of caught out blatantly in a situation that could not be denied but was anyway. This is a huge topic, and we've just made a start, even if we're only just scratching the surface.
In the following interviews, we'll take a focused look at the subject. The fact that not admitting a fault to your spouse is actually a lie.
Next week, we'll interview Melissa as she tells about her experiences with deception that was the turning point in her marriage.
Well, see you then. God bless.
Bye.
Bye for now.